Minecraft is a game made by Notch, or Marcus Pearson in 2011. Since then, throughout the years, it has become the best-selling game of all time, which is a title it's held for a long time. Since its inception and even before its creation, it has had its mysteries, secrets, and controversies that have piled up over the years. So I had an epiphany. I got entries from Minecraft icebergs across the internet and piled them all up into this iceberg right here. I will be going into extreme detail with each entry, and it will take me 2 to 4 videos to finish this iceberg if I don't want to go insane with my first attempt at an iceberg. In this video we will be covering the 2 first parts of this iceberg. So let's stop procrastinating and just get into it. Our first layer will be the skies. This layer contains the things that most people who don't even play Minecraft know about. So if you don't want to die of boredom or you already know all of these things, I recommend you just skip this layer. Notch. Notch is the founder of Minecraft. His real name is Marcus Pearson, and he is the person most people think about when they think about creators of Minecraft. However, Marcus is not actually working at the Minecraft company anymore, as he sold Minecraft to Microsoft because he was getting droves of hate by the community of Minecraft for not updating Minecraft to the frequency the community wanted. After he had sold Minecraft to Microsoft, he made a series of controversial tweets on his Twitter account. Stuff like bashing extreme feminists and homophobes. And, because it's Twitter, everyone started to cancel him. Not to mention he did marry someone, which resulted in a divorce as she wanted to be with a more normal person. It all really makes you feel bad for him. Mojang would soon remove any reference to Notch in Minecraft, like the title screen texts including "made by Notch, work of Notch in 110813", the date that Notch got married. So, yeah, a pretty sad story when you look back at it. Herobrine. Herobrine was an old creepypasta relating to Minecraft that started on 4chan. I'll read it here because I did say I'll go in depth with each entry. I had recently spawned a new world in single-player Minecraft. Everything was normal at first as I began chopping down trees and crafting a workbench. I noticed something move amongst the dense fog. I have a very slow computer, so I have to play with a tiny render distance. I thought it was a cow, so I pursued it, hoping to grab some hides for armor. It wasn't a cow though. Looking back at me was another character with the default skin, but his eyes were empty. I saw no name pop up, and I double-checked to make sure I wasn't in multiplayer mode. He didn't stay long. He looked at me and quickly ran into the fog. I pursued out of curiosity, but he was gone. I continued on with the game, not sure what to think. As I expanded to world, I saw things that seemed out of place for the random map generator to make: 2x2 tunnels in the rocks, small perfect pyramids made of sand in the ocean, and groves of trees with all their leaves cut off. I would constantly think I saw the other player in a deep fog, but I never got a better look at him. I tried increasing my render distance to far whenever I thought I saw him, but to no avail. I saved the map and went on the forums to see if anyone else had found the pseudo player. There were none. I created my own topic telling of the man and asking if anyone had a similar experience. The post was deleted within 5 minutes. I tried again, and the topic was deleted even faster. I received a PM from username Herobrine containing one word: stop. When I went to look at Herobrine profile, the page 404'd. I received an email from another forum user. He claimed the mods can read the forum user messages, so we were safer using email. The emailer claimed that he had seen the mystery player too, and had a small directory of other users who had seen him as well. Their worlds were littered with obviously man-made features as well, and described their mystery player to have no pupils. About a month passed till I heard from my informant again. Some of the people who had encountered the mystery man had looked into the name Herobrine and found that name to be frequently used by a Swedish gamer. After some further information gathering, it was revealed to be the brother of Notch, the game's developer. I personally emailed Notch, and asked him if he had a brother. It took him a while, but he emailed me back a very short message. I did, but he is no longer with us. Notch, I haven't seen the mystery man since our first encounter, and I haven't noticed any changes to the world other than my own. I was able to press print screen when I first saw him. Here's the only evidence of his existence. So yeah, you either find this creepypasta super unique or just flat out funny. However, the seed that was shown in that image had a lot of people wondering what seed was that. But I will get into that later down the iceberg. Disc 11/13/5, Disc 11, 13, and 5 all had their legacy as music discs on our beloved game, Minecraft. So, let's take a listen, shall we? Yeah, you can tell something is wrong. These music discs all contain very weird, scary, and unnerving noises. Disc 11 has sounds of explosions, minecarts, heavy breathing, and the such, which sound all too familiar to the cave ambience noises, which I will get into later. Number 13 is basically just 11 but slightly less scary. MattPot aka The Game Theorists has made videos on 11, 13, and 5. So you can just watch those if you want a non-text-to-speech voice narrating them. Number 5, according to MattPot, is the sound of an army, deep in the caves, trying to escape the wither, but failing. Although at the last parts you can hear a warden come out of a portal and kill the wither. Sounds of sirens and big doors support this theory. But that's just a theory. A game theory. Anyways, these discs probably scared a lot of children back then. A lot of people also believed Disc 11 was an Enderman attack, but there is no real solid evidence for that. Soul Sand Texture. This entry is referring to how many people have noticed that the texture looks like souls of the dead. I'm not going to even deny this because you can clearly see the texture. It's literally named Soul Sand. This might even be why the wither is made of soul sand. Notch Temple. This was a famous server map in Minecraft that shows Marcus Pearson's face carved into a treacherous mountain. Nostalgic players will immediately recognize this, and this was indeed a very popular map back in the day. In the map you would throw a gift into a well and a wall would open, where you would see his face carved into the massive cliff. Overall a map with a pretty good message in remembrance of Notch. Revenge. Revenge was a famous song and meme created by Captain Sparkles based on the song DJ Got Us Fallen in Love that was made a long time ago in the early 2010s. The song revolves around a creeper harassing a Minecraft player, so the Minecraft player gets diamonds and makes armor and weapons to kill a few creepers. Recently the video's audio got changed to a different, arguably worse song due to copyright. However, recently it was fixed back to its original audio. Endermen are builders. This theory states that Endermen are ancient builders before us that created an end portal to escape the wither, but got trapped in the end, so they ate chorus fruit which turned them into the Enderman we know today. MattPot covered this theory in a multitude of videos on his channel. I honestly believe in this theory as it has a lot of evidence to back it up. A sub-theory to this is that the wither skeletons are eroded skeletons of ancient builders, and that's why when you mix soul sand with wither skeleton skulls it will create the embodiment of anarchy that is the wither. Seeds. Seeds are an essential part of Minecraft that randomizes terrain generation and mob spawning. Each seed has a number with different blocks, mobs, and etc. throughout the 60 million block radius of Minecraft. This means that there are quadrillions, quintillions, or quite possibly infinite seeds that can happen. We will be mentioning seeds throughout these videos on multiple occasions. Farlands. The Farlands were spongy, extremely strange terrain generation that happened 12 million blocks out in the versions of Minecraft before beta 1.8. There have been multiple people who have actually took the time to walk 12 million blocks in that version of Minecraft to reach the Farlands. The Farlands were replaced by the world border that we know today. that is 30 million blocks out instead of 12, and cannot be crossed, by normal means anyway. Cave ambience. Cave ambience are sounds that play inside caves, or when it's dark. They go from angelic screaming to minecart noises. Here are some cave ambience sounds. Absolute nightmare fuel. Name tag Easter eggs. Name tag Easter eggs are Easter eggs that happen by naming mobs certain things. Naming a mob dinner bone will flip it upside down. Naming a bunny toast will make it black and white. Naming a Vindicator Johnny will make it attack everything except you, other illagers, and certain mobs, and naming a sheep Jeb underscore will make it flip between colors. Minecraft Dungeons. Minecraft Dungeons is an action-adventure RPG inspired by classic dungeon crawlers. Quoted by the Mojang team, the first standalone game developed by Mojang and set in the Minecraft universe since, well, Minecraft. Honestly, I don't play Minecraft Dungeons because I am not that into RPGs. I do know there is a new game being created by Mojang by the name of Minecraft Legends. Who's excited for that? Nobody? Me neither. Education Edition. Minecraft Education Edition is a special edition of Minecraft made for, you guessed it, education. Servers are extremely easy to make on it, and it has various maps for different subjects like science. Let's be real, no kid is actually playing this for education. They all just want to play Minecraft during school. Modified Jungle Edge. The Modified Jungle Edge, or now called the Sparse Jungle Edge, is the rarest biome in Minecraft. It happens when there's a swamp edge that is just right next to a sparse/modified jungle. Even then you need insane luck, and even when you do find one, they are usually just under 20 blocks wide/long. Finding this biome requires some insane luck and exploration. 2b2t. 2b2t, or the oldest Anarchy server, is an extremely old Anarchy server that was founded in the winter of 2010. It also doubles as one of the longest running server maps in all of Minecraft, which has never been reset since its creation. The server has almost no rules or authority, and hacking/griefing are common on this server. The server was brought to mainstream relevance when famous YouTubers like FitMC and Salcy1M made videos on it. I could go on and on about the highways, bases, and hacks, and I will. In the server there are 4 main highways, one being a canal. All of them are for the players that need to escape spawn and go out hundreds of thousands of blocks out to escape the anarchy near spawn. Oh, did I mention spawn? Spawn is an extremely dangerous area made of obsidian, cobblestone, and whatever else you can think of that is covering spawn. The world borders of the Nether and Overworld have also both been reached. If you want more information on this subject, I recommend watching one of the many YouTubers that I mentioned. Pocket Edition. Pocket Edition is an edition of Minecraft that was made for mobile devices like phones and tablets. The version has since gotten a lot of backlash from the community, as it has fairly bad performance and less content than the other editions. I will be mentioning Pocket Edition later down the iceberg. Pink Sheep. Pink sheep are very rare variants of the sheep mob. They have pink dye. Yup, that's pretty much it. I know I said I would go in depth with each entry, but some of these are just that. Hypixel. Hypixel is a Minecraft server that's popular for its unique skyblock. Normal skyblock is just island, chest, and tree. But Hypixel skyblock contains much more, with different weapons, armor, tools, magic, farming, and etc. etc. Although it's not just skyblock, Hypixel does have some other minigames. Recently famous Hypixel YouTuber Technoblade died due to cancer. It shook the Hypixel community and YouTube as a whole. Rest in peace. And to end off the layer, Dream speedrunning controversy. The Dream speedrunning controversy was a controversy related to speedruns that Dream did on Minecraft. On the same year that Dream got 15 million subscribers and collaborated with famous celebs like Mr. Beast, he also was accused of cheating on a speedrun that he did. Dream legit hired an astrophysicist to write his defense paper. Dream was getting ender pearls from piglins at an astronomically high rate. That led famous YouTubers like Video Game Donkey to accuse Dream of cheating on his speedruns. There was a 29-page investigation into if Dream was cheating. The whole thing was psychotic and people went to insane lengths to figure out if this guy was cheating. And well, they were correct. Dream admitted that he had partially cheated on his speedrun. Overall a pretty interesting case. Dream today is popular again due to him doing a face reveal. The whole internet was really harsh towards him. That was a nice layer. Now it's time to move on to the tip of the iceberg. These entries are things the average occasional Minecraft player knows about. Let's jump off the helicopter and land onto the tip of the iceberg. Java and Bedrock debate. The Java and Bedrock debate is a debate that's been going on which edition of Minecraft is better, Bedrock, or Java. Java has smoother performance and better modding, but Bedrock has less lag and a few smaller things. Many YouTubers like AntVenom have made videos comparing the two. It seems that most content creators use Java, but more normies use Bedrock. Personally, in my opinion, Java is better. The videos that YouTubers like IBXToyCat and others make on Bedrock are uninformed and just flat out funny. Still, people who stay to one edition will defend it no matter the cost. Unused mobs. Unused mobs are mobs inside the game files that can't actually spawn, although you can spawn them with commands. These include the Illusioner, the Giant, and the Zombie Horse. How did we get here? How did we get here is an advancement, achievement that you get for having every status effect, potion effect, and etc. at once. You can look at all of them here. Unbeatable seeds. Unbeatable seeds are seeds that have been found that either have an unsurvivable spawn area, like a lava pool, or all the end portals have been blocked off by, say, an ocean monument. A few people have beaten the odds and legitimately beat some of these unbeatable seeds in vanilla. Mince Raft. Mince Raft is a rare occurrence, where sometimes on your title screen instead of saying the usual Minecraft it will say, you guessed it, Mince Raft. That's pretty much it. Gears. Gears were features from the earlier versions of Minecraft that were removed. They come in the form of a regular gear. They are animated but they don't have any functional use or redstone use. And just for design. Honestly, I think they should have kept this. It could have been a banger block in steampunk builds. Killer Bunny. The Killer Bunny was a discontinued mob in Minecraft. Its features resemble a white, fluffy bunny with bright red eyes. Don't let its cute appearance trick you though. This bunny will constantly chase after you and try to kill you. This bunny was discontinued from Minecraft versions though. Fire Chainmail. Fire Chainmail refers to how in earlier versions of Minecraft, you could get fire blocks and use them to craft chainmail armor. The fire block could be crafted by combining a flint and steel and a piece of paper on your workbench. Correction, I'm not actually sure how fire was crafted, I'll look into it. Honestly, I don't know what went through the mind of the developers when they made this. Chainmail can just stay as a rubbish armor that's found in mine shafts. Glow squid controversy. The glow squid controversy was a controversy revolving around Dream. Again, a quick rundown is that, on the mob vote of 2020, mob votes being voting sessions by the community to pick the next mob to be added to Minecraft, Dream had made a post telling everyone to vote for the glow squid, which the community did. The glow squid won and led people who had picked the other mobs to accuse Dream of rigging the mob vote. The glow squid clearly was not the best mob. The archaeologer was the only one that actually had a useful purpose. The void. The void is an empty, black abyss below bedrock. The player will constantly take more damage the more they go down it, like the world border but for Y levels. The only mob that does not take damage in it is the Ender Dragon, which makes the Ender Dragon the only mob to be able to exist at any Y level. Fossils. Fossils are very rare structures in Minecraft that only generate in deserts, swamps, swamp hills, and mangrove swamps. They are comprised of bone blocks, coal ore and diamond ore. If you took the time to find one of these, you probably need to go touch some narrow lead green herbage.
Oh hell no, man.
Ether. The Ether was a kind of urban legend or modded dimension in Minecraft from the early days. To get to this heaven-like area, you would make a portal out of glowstone in the shape of a nether portal, and place a water bucket in the middle. Farther Lands. The Farther Lands is a variation of the Far Lands that generates once a player reaches deep into the Far Lands, around the vicinity of 1,004,065,811 blocks. This area generates about 80 times farther away than the Far Lands. Features within the Farther Lands appear more stretched out and smoother than the regular Far Lands. These were mostly covered by Antvine, so if you want more information, just watch him. Brown Panda / Mushroom. The brown pandas and mushrooms are two unique skins of the panda and the mushroom. The mushrooms spawn in mushroom islands, and if they get struck by lightning, nurturally or naturally, it will turn them into a brown mushroom. And brown pandas also have a low chance of spawning. And pandas only spawn in bamboo jungles, which make them rarer. Cave Game. Cave Game was the original name for Minecraft before it was called Minecraft. This version of Minecraft had much less content, and you can see some of the playthroughs of it through YouTube. Creepers are based on a real plant. This theory implies that, according to Google, creepers have been determined to be a species of mobile peat moss through thorough scientific deduction performed by the YouTube channel Game Theory. They have the texture of dried, crunchy leaves. It can be assumed that their tall, slim body allows them to better keep an eye out for potential victims. Although the official Mobistheory does not really support this theory. Nether Reactor. The Nether Reactor was a feature exclusive to Pocket Edition. According to the wiki, the reactor was constructed by placing gold blocks, cobblestone, and a nether reactor core in the 3x3x3 arrangement shown to the right. Air blocks were required on the middle and top layers. If the structure was incorrect, attempting to activate the reactor resulted in the client message not the correct pattern. Empty beta servers. This entry refers to the fact that there are hundreds and possibly more empty servers from the versions before 1.0. These servers have lost their relevance and have become desolate, empty remembrances of what used to be a thriving community. Steve posting was done by Mojang. Now before I explain the theory, I have to explain what Steve posting is. Steve posting was a trend where people would get a grotesque render of Steve and post about it, saying that Steve would be in Smash Brothers. Hey, like that would ever happen. Oh. Anyways, the theory states that this was done to promote Minecraft by Mojang, or something along the lines of that. Title screen seed. This refers to how Minecraft players were able to find the seed to the original title screen seed of Minecraft. To find it, the group used Minecraft at Home, an ongoing collaborative research project in which people's idle computers are used to scan the many environs for specific landmarks. Within 24 hours, the seed for the title screen panorama was found by a Minecraft at Home user. The location has since been verified, and the coordinates released. Also, all the other title screens of Minecraft were found as well. Pack.png. Pack.png was the image for the OG texture pack of Minecraft. The Minecraft at Home team and YouTuber SalC1 decided to find the seed to this image. Many different techniques were used to find it. And they did eventually after many failed attempts. And to end off part 1 of this iceberg, Herobrine seed. Now, remember this seed? Yeah, the Minecraft at Home team used different strategies to find the seed for the infamous image. And one strategy inevitably worked. I don't go in detail with a lot of seed entries because each of these could probably have their own video on it. Salutations my viewers, today we will be diving into a deep analysis for the part 2 of this quad-part series. This part covers the surface, shallows, and body, so let's get into it. The surface. The surface is stuff about Minecraft that the average regular player knows about. It's, as the name implies, surface level knowledge. So let's get our scuba suits, and dive in. Spectrogram. If you had watched part 1, you would know about the Disk 11. However, what many people do not know is that if you put the sounds from it into a spectrogram, it will show a set of numbers and a face. Mattbot, aka the game theorists, made a video proving this, so you don't need to test it for yourself. Psycraft. Psycraft is a Minecraft server where the inhabitants have managed to do various psychotic tasks like breaking and obtaining bedrock in survival, going to all 12 world borders in under an hour, etc. etc. It's honestly insane, but in a good way. These people have probably broken Minecraft in so many ways, not to mention, it's all in complete vanilla survival. The number I will not pronounce mob. The number I will not pronounce mob is in fact, the rarest mob in all of Minecraft. It's a diamond armor, iron sword, zombie villager chicken jockey. Its name comes from the odds of its spawning. Zombie villages. This refers to how in Minecraft, very rarely will a unique village appear that is covered in missing blocks and cobwebs, and inhabited by zombie villagers. Creeper model origins. This refers to how the creeper model originated when Notch was coding and a bug happened with the pig mob that turned it into the shape of a creeper. Notch adapted the idea and turned it into the much loved and much hated mob, the creeper. Pi Edition. Minecraft Raspberry Pi Edition, according to Google, is an edition of Minecraft developed for the Raspberry Pi. It is based on Pocket Edition Alpha v0. 6.1 but slightly cut down, containing a revised feature set and support for multiple programming languages. Player mob. So, I made a mistake on this entry, it's actually called human mob. Anyways, the human mob was a mob added in the very early stages of Minecraft. It just resembled Steve but he had wiggly arms and such. Minecraft world is going through global warming. This theory states that the world of Minecraft is experiencing global warming. Some of the leading evidence for these theories are ocean monuments. They are filled with sponges to possibly reduce flooding damages, and they look like they were created in the overworld, not to mention ocean ruins. Brick pyramids. Brick pyramids were old features from Minecraft. They were extremely rare structures that generated far from the spawn. They were comprised of solely bricks. These were probably for the people who liked building with bricks, but they were sadly removed. The average Minecraft fan probably knows about this. Entity 303 Entity 303 was an old creepypasta about Minecraft. Let's read it here. The following is an email from Frankie, the first person to encounter Entity 303, that was supposed to go to Speed, the first person to ever speak out about 303. Frankie's email has since been deleted. Hi, Speed. My name is Frankie. I'm a huge fan of Minecraft, and I've been playing for about 2 years now. Every day after school, me and my friend, John, would always play on his private server. He was a bit of a noob at Minecraft, but since he was pretty rich, he decided to buy a private server so we could play multiplayer survival, along with my friends, Vincent and Brady. One day, we all were in a group Skype chat and we were working on a huge survival city that we were in the process of building for at least 8 months. We were really proud with how it turned out. It was located in a desert, so we appropriately named our city Dry Bones. All of a sudden, while we all went to grab supplies to finish the hotel that we were working on, John noticed something strange in the chat. The only plugins that we had on the server were Essentials, along with some plugin that Brady found called Social Spy. Thanks to Social Spy, it seems that someone named player.number:303 used the command /stop. Now, John suffers from major anxiety. I've known him since preschool, and he's always been a really insecure person, so when he saw that a so-called non-existent player tried to shut down the server, he immediately thought that it was a hacker. At first, I thought it was just a bug or something and that he was being paranoid, but I reminded myself that this was a private server. I set up the plugins for him and such, and I kept his server whitelisted, since he didn't know how. There was no way anyone could join except us. I checked the server control panel, and it showed we were the only ones on the server. I was getting a bit confused. We all decided to just ignore it and continue on with our survival. It's about 20 minutes in, and I'm walking with Vincent to the nearest forest to grab wood, which wasn't very near at all. All of a sudden, we see a white figure in the distance of the desert. It appeared to be in the model of some type of ghostly figure, with what I could barely make out as red eyes. I quickly took a screenshot and ran after it. For some reason, Vincent's player just stood still. I assume it's just lag, but he's not even speaking on the Skype call. I check Skype and ask if he's still online. No answer. He's not even on the Skype call. By now, Brady is just ignoring us and concentrating on the hotel, and John is freaking out. I can hear the shakiness of his voice. Anyhow, I open up Minecraft again to see that the white figure disappeared, and Vincent disconnected from the server. I try calling him on my phone, but no answer. It goes straight to voicemail. I try texting him, but the texts don't deliver. John's getting worried, to the point where it sounds like he's about to cry. Brady isn't even listening to us, he's not aware of the situation at all. I finally get his attention, and he finally realizes how peculiar this problem is. He TPS to me and helps me search for the white figure. Now, John's hysterically crying, thinking that the hacker killed Vincent IRL or something. Suddenly, my screen starts glitching. It's not normal for Minecraft to bug out like that. It looked like it was corrupted or something. If that's not bad enough, the chat starts spamming object successfully summoned by player.number:303. I look at the Skype chat, and realize that someone has joined the call. It does not have a username, nor did we get any notification of someone getting added to the call. John's just watching this all happen. His voice is shaking, and I can hear him sniffling. Honestly, I was starting to get a little freaked out myself. Brady seemed to leave the call and disconnect from the server, possibly out of boredom. I'm trying to calm John down, but he simply repeats, "I can't take this. This is too much for me." The anonymous Skype caller finally puts facecam on. It's too dark to see anything. John gets too overwhelmed and leaves the call and server. I don't blame him. If he stayed any longer, he'd probably have a mental breakdown. It's just me and this anonymous player. I ask if there's anyone there. I hear a faint voice saying something like "make a wish." It was faint, yet it sounded like a voice changer. I decide to switch on Minecraft to see if the player is there. The chat spams with file overload in red text, along with "make a wish" in gray text. I suddenly get poisoned with a potion of blindness. I then lose my ability to move. I can't even turn off my computer or exit out of Minecraft. This player then runs up to me. It seemed to have a ghostly skin on, with red eyes and a white parka. The chat then says one more thing. Make a wish, and say goodbye to your friends. The Skype call drops and somehow exits out by itself, and the player runs up to me and hits me. For some reason, it makes the tooth noise that used to exist in beta and earlier. My computer then shuts off. I try to turn it on, but to no avail. I try using my phone, but the internet is down. I wait about 3 hours before turning on my computer. The desktop wallpaper was changed to green coding, probably hex. I then realized that literally everything except the recycling bin was deleted from my PC. I turn off my computer and use my laptop. I try calling John, but he doesn't answer. The same goes with Brady and Vincent. I decide to just go to bed and go to school the next day to speak with John and the others the next day. I go to school the next morning, and Brady is the only one to show up. He says that Van and John's parents called his parents and asked if John or Van are at his house. Apparently, they went missing. There was no sign of them, and the police came to their houses and checked to see if there were any clues on where they were, but there were no results. I decide to ditch school and walk to John's house to see if he's there. I see his mother sitting on the steps, crying. I ask if she's okay, and she says that John apparently died. Not in the house, most likely snuck out and something happened to him. She handed me a piece of paper that she claimed to have been left on John's computer table. I read the note carefully. I can't take this anymore. I can't sleep. I'm afraid he's watching me. I can't live like this knowing that someone is after me, wanting me to die a slow, painful death. I'm sorry Mom. I love you. I started to cry a bit when I read those last few words. I check the back of the paper, and written on the corner in very small text was that familiar phrase. Make a wish. After about 20 minutes of comforting John's mother, I leave to go check on Vincent. His dad's car is in the driveway, but no one is home. Not even his dad. I sneak in the house, and what do I see in the bathroom? Written on the mirror in red marker are the words "Make a wish." That was when I realized that these weren't just coincidences. This was a serious issue. Not just some hacker, but someone who is mentally torturing his victims and causing them to so-called disappear. If you get this email, speed. And if you ever encounter 303 again, I want you to quickly close out of your Minecraft and shut down your computer. I don't want you to end up like Vincent or John. Please be careful. If I get more information, I'll contact you immediately. Good luck. You decide for yourself if you like this creepypasta. This one's definitely not as popular as Herobrine, but it is still pretty popular. Don't stare at the moon. To be fairly brief, on some day in 2020, a Reddit user Probot748, participated in an iceberg community. The same user posted an iceberg of Minecraft, showing the most well-known themes to the ones that are not known to our community. What caused confusion for those who read the iceberg, was the last theme inserted by the author in the image, where it was written "Don't look at the moon." Until then no one knew what it was about because nothing about the topic was said before. The ARG covers much more things, but I might make a video on that topic sometime. Petrified oak slab. This refers to a block in the inventory called petrified oak slab. What this really is the wooden slab before multiple wood types were released. This slab can't burn down. Netherrack is flesh. This refers to a theory that, well, Netherrack is flesh. I mean, it would explain why it's easy to break and is in the nether, and also fits well with soul sand. Captain Sparkle's blackmail. Now I believe this entry was referring to a video where Captain Sparkles mentions a male that told him to leak his car. I can't exactly find the video however. That was a nice layer. It's getting darker, I can't see the surface anymore. We must go deeper however. Let's enter the body of the iceberg. Old root, another ARG. I'm sorry, I'll cover this ARG another day. Not today. Green Steve, this is another creepypasta, here it is. I was playing Minecraft on the 1.8 update when I found a desert temple. Like most players I broke the blue block and jumped down the hole. I accidentally hit the block that sets off the TNT but, surprisingly, it did not go off. A Steve-like mob came down from the hole where the blue block was and it looked like Steve, only green. It hit me and I appeared in a room made of bedrock filled with creepers. I was really freaked out so I exited. I then went back next day. To my surprise, I was not in the creeper cave but in a forest. It was like I had made a new world, though I obviously hadn't. Strange enough, the chat box popped up with the words, "Green Steve, I am coming." This was very weird. I double-checked to see if I was on multiplayer, but shockingly, I wasn't. I moved through the forest, still wondering about the chat message. In a few moments, I happened to stumble across a house. It had been my house in the world before, only in a forest, not a desert. I went in. There was nothing. Then the green mob came in. Another message appeared in the chat box, "Green Steve, hello brother." Then I just blew up, having no idea what had happened. I deleted the world after that, because I didn't want to come across this weird entity again. I sent an email to one of the developers who had helped in the making of Minecraft about my experience, and he replied. One of the developers wanted to add Green Steve to Minecraft, but we said no and we had caught him adding it in. It's an okay creepypasta I guess. Dolphins animal cruelty. This entry refers to how Minecraft did not make the dolphin mob writable, because apparently it would be animal cruelty. Now, most people find this downright confusing because you can kill dolphins, ride pigs, and do other really bad things in Minecraft. But for some reason writing dolphins is where they draw the line? Some people believe this was to appease China because China has an endangered species of dolphin. Wither painting. This is referring to the Minecraft wither painting. What confused people is that this is different from the rest. The normal paintings are just paintings. This one implies the existence of the wither before you created it. Ghast noises are cat noises. This refers to how the Minecraft devs got the ghast sound from scaring their cat and recording it. That's pretty much it. In DevHouse, it was a 7-block wide times 7-block long times 4-block tall structure, with a 1x2 hole for players to exit and 2 torches on the interior. When in-dev houses were added, they were made of mossy cobblestone, which was unavailable naturally on the map anywhere else, and 4 chests, one filled with TNT, one with a full stack, 99 at the time, of every type of block, another with every type of item and one filled with every color of wool. As in-dev progressed from testing items and blocks to testing the actual survival aspect, these chests were removed. Later, the design of the house was changed. The floor was changed to stone and the walls and roof were changed to planks. Welcome to part 3 of my ongoing Minecraft Iceberg. If you have not seen the first 2 parts, you should probably binge those first before watching this video. Today we are covering the last 3 layers. These layers have more dark entries, theories, and obscure features of Minecraft, so let's get into it. Our first layer for this video is the bottom of the iceberg. Let us commence. Early prototype creepers. I think this is referring to images of creeper as gray creatures, which are supposedly the earliest versions of creepers, besides the pig texture. Ravagers are mutated villagers. This theory states that due to certain features the illagers kidnapped villagers and experimented with them to turn them into the beast known as the Ravager. A reason for this theory is that the Ravager has the unibrow, something the other illagers do not have. But villagers do. Unused chair texture, according to the Minecraft wiki, is that in dev 20,100,206 to in dev 20,100,627 two textures were present in terrain.png, which were based off of the oak planks texture. The first texture is commonly recognized to be the side view of a chair, and the other texture is often interpreted as being either the front view of a chair or a side at table, although the latter was never mentioned by Notch, and as such this interpretation remains speculative. In dev 20,100,206 also added a duplicate oak planks texture. This may have been intended to be used for such blocks as well as the back or seat portion, or it may have simply been the texture copy for the other two textures to be cut from. Mars said textures are clearly oak planks derivatives. This was removed earlier than the other two textures in dev 20,100,607. In dev 20,100,618, the chair texture specifically changed to be slightly darker, which was likely unintentional. The door and ladder textures, which were relatively close to it on terrain.png, were also darkened in said version, and the second texture remained completely untouched. Unused ghast scream. This refers to this sound that was not used for the ghast. Some people believe this was for bringing the ghast back to the overworld, but who knows really. Uneasy Alliance. Uneasy Alliance is an extremely difficulty advancement in the nether category. You get it by making a giant nether portal, bringing a ghast from the nether to the overworld, and obliterating it. Why this entry is so down is because the advancement says that you rescue it from the nether, which implies that the ghast originated from the overworld. Steve is superhuman. This is the theory that, well, Steve is superhuman. It makes sense. He can sprint while carrying piles of anvils, stuff an entire mansion into a few chests, and seemingly punch down trees with his bare hands. Layer 7. We are almost there. Expect even more theories and obscure features here. Let's dive deeper. Legend of the Chambered. This was an old game from Notch. A lot of the items in Minecraft originate here: the iron sword, leather armor, apples, etc. Obsidian walls. Obsidian walls were early features from dev versions of Minecraft. They just resembled walls made of obsidian. Pretty simple. They were used to mark coordinates in dev intersecting at 0, 0. However, they were removed once numbered coordinates were added to the F3 menu in Minecraft. Zombie Town. This is gonna be a pretty hefty explanation, not to be confused with Zombie Villages. Zombie Town is an unreleased game that Marcus Persson, Notch, was developing around February of 2009. The game's characters were adopted as the humans in Minecraft a few months later. They formed the first character model for Minecraft. Before Notch started to work on Minecraft, he took part in various editions of the Java 4K game programming contest from 2005 to 2009. This competition, initiated by Java programmers, was about writing the best possible computer game with a maximum size of 4 kilobytes, 4096 bytes. Due to the nature of the contest, these games were extremely simple. Left 4K Dead is similar to Pac-Man. The character walks through a labyrinth of corridors and rooms that are sparsely illuminated by the player's flashlight. Zombies frequently attack and have to be shot, and there are red power-ups that restore health and yellow power-ups that restore ammo randomly distributed throughout the increasingly hard levels. He also made a sequel called Left 4K Dead 2 with slightly different graphics. The zombie theme appeared to be prevalent throughout Notch's games, and he was planning an improved sequel to the Left 4K Dead series, which he called Zombie Town. Notch wanted three-dimensional pawns, inspired by Grand Theft Auto, Chinatown Wars. For the first time in his life, he programmed a completely three-dimensional representation of figure textures from scratch. In May of 2009, Notch started developing Minecraft. Notch realized that the blocky design of the Zombie Town characters would fit well into Minecraft, and that the low texture resolution meant that every player could have a totally unique skin. 3 days into Minecraft's development, he added Zombie Town's characters into Minecraft as humans. They were the first tests for the player character, which was necessary for the later introduced multiplayer mode. Notch mentioned the game on his blog, The Word of Notch, that same day. Several months later, in a blog entry titled The Origins of Minecraft, he talked about it some more, revealing the name and also uploading a video of it to his YouTube channel Nitsage. SCP-4335. I'm not gonna explain what an SCP is cause you probably know. According to the Villains Wiki, SCP-4335 is an antagonist in the SCP mythos. It is an anomalous entity residing within the survival game Minecraft. It is hell-bent on breaking free from its virtual world to cause chaos in reality. SCP-4335 has the appearance of an all-black Minecraft skin, it also having pure yellow eyes and a white mouth that it occasionally retracts if it feels a strong emotion. It is constantly shrouded by smoke particles, and has black tentacles with protruding from its back. COM4, from what I can tell, is an unused soundtrack for Minecraft. You can find it easily on YouTube though, and it actually sounds really good. Very banger song. Warped Forest help sounds. In the Warped Forest, there are 2 ambient sound effects, each of them showing voices yelling the word help. This is why Minecraft is a horror game, ladies and gentlemen. Ghasts are machines. This theory exists due to in the official Mobischiri book it shows the ghasts inside as robotic parts. At last, we are here. The Abyss. Let's get this video over with, shall we? Cold and Oak, an early bug from the old versions of Minecraft where, if a taiga regenerated at the edge of a snow taiga biome, it would have spruce logs and leaves, but it would be in the shape of an oak tree. Mushroom fields tests. This theory is an explanation on why the mushroom fields are the mushroom fields. One is that, the islands are filled with fungi and mutated animals, which usually happens near exposed nuclear zones, and 2 is that, the islands are far away from any other land, which would make them an exquisite spot for testing nuclear weaponry. Pumpkins contain souls. The reason for this theory that there are spirits inhabiting pumpkins is, when you make a snow golem and iron golem, they just come to life. It's definitely not the blocks they're made of, so it must have been the pumpkins. Wither is imperfect. This theory states that the form of the wither that you would normally fight by combining 4 soul sand and 3 wither skulls is not the final form. We've seen ourselves that putting a command block into soul sand would turn it into the wither storm. So there must be a final form of the wither. Minecraft Hollow Earth. So, you remember the first ever iceberg part in this series where we talked about the void? Yeah. It makes sense that the entirety of Minecraft might be around Hollow Earth. Elemental Pocket Edition paintings. These were unused paintings for Pocket Edition. They resemble the 4 elements: fire, water, air, and earth. They were unfortunately, or fortunately based on your opinion, not added to Minecraft. Basalt Delta Radiation. This entry implies that the basalt delta is taken over by radioactive substances. The reason for this is the clicking ambience. It's the same sound as radioactive gizmos or something like that. Blocks in the end feel pain. It's been confirmed by Mojang on multiple occasions that blocks like endstone feel pain. Remember this anytime you're digging in the end. Steve is in a coma. It's entirely possible that the reason all these dimensions, weird biomes, and floating blocks exist is that our main character Steve suffered a great traumatic event causing him to go into a coma. I'm gonna be honest though, don't really believe in this one. And that was the Minecraft Iceberg. It has been such a journey going through this iceberg with you all. Unfortunately we will not be doing part 4 like planned, as I wanna move on to bigger, better projects. I'll see you all next time. You've been Sealified, and have a nice day.